Alright guys, so if I said who is the most insufferable person in Hollywood, your answer would be Brie Larson, I'm sure. But wait, no! Someone has stolen the mantle. Oh, boy howdy have they stolen the mantle. They've reigned supreme. They've rised up amongst the ranks to be the most insufferable woman in Hollywood. I am of course talking about Rachel Zegler. The new Snow White. Is this Snow White going to be cancelled? I bloody well hope so. It's looking likely. They honestly could not choose a more repugnant, that's right, I said it, repugnant, get out your dictionaries, or Google nowadays, obviously, person to do PR for this film. If this film breaks $100 million domestic, I'm going to be baffled. If this does anything better than The Little Mermaid, I'll be baffled. Even though that obviously did more than $100 million domestic. But my God, this film is going to tank. And they only have their lead star to blame. Rachel Zegler. Most insufferable woman in Hollywood. Cancel it. Just cancel it now. Get rid of it. Done. Why did you bother making this film? It is such a joke. So let's take a look at this today, ladies and gents. You're going to love this. The most recent comments by the new queen of insufferability. Dear oh dear. Like, genuinely real bad. Real bad. Listen, honestly, I think what annoys me the most is the sort of conviction and the sort of smarminess in her face. Like, I get it. I emote quite a lot, but I do it for like sarcastic intent. This woman means every single word she says. And she's trying to say that the prince was a stalker. I mean, this film, it literally, just cancel it. You haven't even given dwarfs roles because Peter Dinklage, apparently king of the dwarfs, came out and said no one can have a role in movies now. I can be the only dwarf in Hollywood, essentially. He didn't say that. But he said, you know, it's like archaic. No, it's not, mate. And a bunch of other dwarfs are really annoyed with you, dipshit. So that caused a bunch of controversy. They're now the Bandits. Snow White and the Bandits. What is this? Anyway, I digress. You need to watch this. Because goodness me, you'll be like, what? Really?
Big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different...
I mean... Doesn't stalk... That's not true, is it? That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Didn't stalk him. Didn't stalk him, guys. Didn't stalk him. That's not true. Bearing in mind, she said that she'd only watched that film once.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again.
Right, so you watched it once, you never picked it up again, so I'm going to believe you're the worst person to have leading the PR campaign for this movie. Honestly, just hire anyone. Just hire a random hobo off the street. They do a better job with a PR campaign than you. Again, why am I going to believe a word you say?
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years.
So you literally have someone that is not a fan, doesn't have that sort of emotional attachment, doesn't understand. Oh, God. Doesn't sound... You were terrified of a ride, literally aimed at children anyway. It all makes sense. It makes sense why this film offends you. It makes sense. And again, there's more. We'll get back to the other thing in a minute. But there's this.
You said you were bringing a modern edge to it on stage. What do you mean by that?
I just mean that it's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
Not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be. And
anyway, here's this surfaced again. D23 Expo. Watch this. Righteous. God. Insufferable bitch.
big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
So no prince or a different kind of prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie.
Right.
Andrew Burnap, great dude.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby. But it's
Honestly, just cancel it. Just cancel this movie. The most insufferable woman in Hollywood right now. Do you remember when she bitched and moaned that she wasn't invited to the Oscars? So she got invited to the Oscars because she stamped her feet. That is the action of someone that has never had someone say no to her. That is the action of someone that has been wrapped up in cotton wool. That is the action of someone that was terrified of Snow White the ride at Disneyland. Oh, God. And you wonder. And also, she came out recently and said if she's got to stand in a dress for 18 hours a day, she expects to be paid for every hour the movie's streamed. Well, honestly, I hope you get that wish, because no one's going to watch this movie at home. Or barely anyone, anyway. You'll get paid for, like, nothing. A pittance. And you'll deserve every penny. Because you make crap. I don't understand. Don't actors realise, genuinely, don't actors realise that the moment you open your mouth, you're going to be just disseminating every word that comes out your mouth, the action, the emoting, the reflection on your face, everything is going to be disseminated massively, and then people are going to judge you for that. You can just cancel this movie. It is dead on arrival. Cancel it.